So we just checked the development like 2 or 3 videos ago, but a lot of territory has exchanged hands and I really want to see who are the top powers so far. So considering the old worlds, it's still about the same. Ming number 1, the Timurids number 2, Castile number 3, they kind of came out of nowhere, Poland, Lithuania, and then France. But let's just look at our super states. Texas at number 1. Yeah, Texas is doing really good. Texas at 264 development. Yeah, I mean they're looking like the top state to beat so far, state and / or province. What's the next one down? Jeez. All right, then it's Virginia at 177, Quebec at 161. Interesting. And then we have Pennsylvania at 143. We've got New York at 140. Not too far behind. Not too far behind at all. Indiana not doing bad. 132. Same development as Venice, actually, back in Europe. Nevada at 132. See, that's the thing. How low is California? Rhode Island, the smallest state, is 128 right now. Good for them. They must have some, obviously, a large development under their control. Lots of development under their control. I mean, yeah, in that region, that's traditionally pretty well developed. Missouri at 124. I almost just got sidetracked there. California at 123. This is going to be really, really interesting. And again, I'm actually, I talked about how I didn't want to have random development on in the previous EU4 AI only battle that we did. But in this circumstance, because really not all that much has changed, having random development makes it so much more exciting to see random states do good. Because who knows who's going to win this? Like, who knows? At this point, who knows? So that's really fun. And to see California so low on the list and to see Nevada so high on the list means that, whatever goes down here in the West Coast is going to be really interesting. They both have some pretty powerful alliances. Now, who is Texas allied to? Texas is allied to a Mexican state to the south, Missouri, Mississippi, and Florida. Those are some pretty strong alliances, and they've got claims on Arizona. They've got claims technically on Mississippi-controlled lands, and then here to the south of them. Let's also start checking more in depth on, where they want. So they want a piece of, technically this is Wyoming, which would drag them into a war with Nevada, which would be really interesting because Nevada and Wyoming, I believe, are allied to each other. Okay, so let's head on forward. I don't know if I want to go in speed 5. Now, I don't believe there are any wars currently taking place at the moment. Let's just make sure, though. What's happening? We've got Yucatan fighting a small war in about Central America against Tabasco. There's actually a few Mexican states at war, if I remember off the top of my head. Yep, that is going to be the only war so far. Okay, so just Mexico. Let's go do a brief check on Australia because some time has gone by a little bit here. Australia very divided into about 4 different territories. Well, actually, no, that's right, because these are different. They're the same color, but technically different states govern each region. Northern Territory looking good. However, keep in mind that these are very, very big provinces. These are very big provinces. And I'm just going to go back to saying provinces. People were confused. I realize these are called provinces, but I didn't want to, confuse too many people because there's provinces in Canada, and I believe in Australia they're not called states, they're called provinces or territories. I think territories in Australia, states in Mexico and the U.S. But anyways, my money would be probably on Wales. I mean, what's the most developed? What's developed mostly in Australia? Yeah, that's right. I don't know why I'm basing it off of knowledge. Yeah, this is actually really well developed. This one state with just one province looks good. With 20 development. This is actually pretty good too. Victoria, 22. Interesting. Also, let's not forget about New Zealand, which will be colonized by, more than likely, I don't believe our super states can colonize. At least we never saw it happen in the previous campaign, so I don't think it could happen in this campaign either. But, we'll see. Okay, let's go back to, I'm guessing a war is probably broken out by now. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, Ming is at war. Probably going to eat someone up real quick. Virginia kind of really reaching out. I mean, Virginia, remember, they were the number 2. It was Texas, Virginia, and then, geez, my memory is clearly so bad because I can't even remember who was number 3. But, yeah, so keep in mind Virginia. Who are they allied to? They're only allied to North Carolina and South Carolina. What is that really going to do for you? I don't know. New York has, lots of cores that they've lost. See, if New York continues to get eaten, and remember, New York was very high on the list, but they've lost several wars. So they could easily get eaten up by, maybe a kind of a split between Pennsylvania and Rhode Island. Splitting New York down the middle would give both of those states really, really powerful, a lot of power in the Northeast. And New England might be formed. That's the only superstate that we saw formed last time around, I believe, right? Maybe something at the very, very end that I can't remember, but I remember New England formed really early, actually. There we go. Oh, yeah, so we already knew that these states were going at it. Still nothing out of Mexico, and it's going to probably take another 100 years before we really see a power rise up out of Mexico. Who knows? I'm just hoping. I'm just really, really hoping that whatever it is, hopefully it's a power that I know how to pronounce, because it's going to suck if I can't. I can always look up the pronunciation, but yes, that's really, you'd be surprised at how often that is something that runs through my head. It's like, oh geez, I really hope that just a country that I know how to pronounce is the one that comes out of Mexico. I can pronounce some of it in Mexico, but not all of it. Yucatan's actually still in their war, okay, and they're at 3 war scores, so that they are doing pretty well, theoretically. North Carolina versus who? South Carolina? No, North Carolina versus Georgia. So that war just broke out because they're both at 0 war score, it looks like. So let's go ahead and check on North Carolina and Georgia. Georgia is not doing so well. Oh, Franklin formed. That's cool. That's cool. They formed out of, I'm guessing, the fall of Tennessee. That's awesome. All right, so I don't believe Georgia's going to be able to hold them back at all. Yeah, actually, Georgia's at two regiments. North Carolina is allied to Florida and Virginia, so no one, I don't think, is going to try to backstab North Carolina at this point. Mississippi being one that I'm thinking, oh, you actually left Georgia there. Okay, well, someone else is going to eat up Georgia then, more than likely. Ooh, Mississippi and Virginia are the same colors, so that's going to be kind of interesting to look at that divide. Texas is at war, and they're actually in a pretty massive war with 4 separate Mexican states. So we've got Sonora here, Colima, and that is the only ones that I'm going to try. And they've got a very, very big state. Oh, they've got Mississippi also in this war, so that should be pretty one-sided. I don't think this is. I don't think it'll be too tough. And remember, Mexico's at war. Oh, New Brunswick is at war with Massachusetts. Okay, so we need to check on the Northeast as well. Let's go ahead and go down to speed 3 because there's quite a few things that are happening here. So yeah, Texas fighting actually 5 different Mexican states. They're at 3 war score though. They've got some really, really powerful allies. So that's a big reason. I don't think we need to check in on Texas too much, but this is really interesting. So, oh, that's huge. Oh, this is a very big war. So this is New Brunswick declaring an offensive war. I did see that. Against who? Against Massachusetts. So Massachusetts is the defender. Massachusetts not doing so well, but they at least managed to call in Quebec. This is going to be close. And Pennsylvania. Quebec and Pennsylvania. Those are 2 big ones. But Rhode Island is also on New Brunswick's side. Who is Rhode Island allied to, actually? Rhode Island is... Oh, I'm sorry. Rhode Island is on... Yeah, New Brunswick. I said that right. I couldn't tell if I said that wrong or not. And New York. So it's just you 2 fighting. Oh, there's no way this is going to be okay. Nova Scotia as well, but this can't go well for you. You're fighting Pennsylvania and Quebec. I don't know. We'll see. Because Massachusetts can't really... I don't think Massachusetts is providing all that much. Although, holy crap, that's why no one's taken this. Cumberland. Is it Portland? It's... Cumberland... And I'm guessing the city's Portland, right? That's what that means, I think. Either way, is at 39 development. Whoa. All right, so they probably have actually a pretty big force. Let's not underestimate them. So whoever gets a hold of this state is going to be... I'm sorry, province, I guess I should say. Is going to be hugely powerful. Hugely powerful. Yeah, that's one of the only green that we see. The other one is in Rhode Island-controlled territory. Virginia's got some power. Iowa. Texas has no green, but Nevada does. Yeah, that's all you really need is a province in the green is gonna mean you're clean. Jeez, I can't believe I even tried that right now. Just please ignore the last 5 seconds. That was bad. I sometimes I still think my rap career could take off. Yukon is at war with who? Alaska. So Yukon's probably going to eliminate Alaska here more than likely. Naples and Aragon are at war. They're trying to get their independence, it looks like. Yeah, so Yukon's doing, I think, pretty well. Alaska didn't call in anybody. Oh, they did. Oh, well, no, I'm sorry. The yellow was confusing me. The yellows and the cores and stuff like that. It looks like, let's see, actually, this battle's going to tell us right now if Yukon's going to win. This is Yukon, the attacker. Yep, even though they're getting a terrain and crossing penalty. Ooh, maybe not, maybe not. They've got some bad rolls. All right, it's going to be close. But I think this battle here is going to tell us the overall war. This is like best case scenario for Alaska. You know what? It might not, because even if Alaska loses this, they're going to have more troops. Then it will depend on manpower. Yep, Alaska won. Boom. So it looks like Alaska's actually going to be able to defend themselves here. They hit up in the forest, and they forced Yukon to get a crossing penalty. And they're even blockading. So there you go. Alaska will survive. I'd be very surprised if there are any viewers from Alaska, actually. I don't think I saw one person. Because usually people vote for their state that they live in. I don't think I saw anyone rooting for Alaska. Maybe about like one. I could see maybe one person out of I think there are like 1,000 comments that casted their vote, but we'll see. Just kind of cool to see Alaska survive. What else do we see? So Yukon is at -10 now, war score. So maybe Alaska will turn this around and get some cores back. That's always a possibility. Oh, yes, the god Florence. Good, I'm glad that they're still alive. The world's safe in Florence's hands. Yep, New Brunswick is at -7 war score. Even with Rhode Island and Nova Scotia on their side, I figured, well, first of all, Massachusetts is a lot stronger than I think we're giving them credit for. Quebec and Pennsylvania really puts it back, I think, in their favor. So what does this mean? Does it mean that Massachusetts is going to get some of their cores back? Actually, Quebec and... It depends. They've got to get these sieges. But keep in mind, these are cores. These are their cores, so they could easily ask for these back. And then boom, they'd be right there back in the Empire. They don't have to core that stuff. It'd be, immediate gains. It'd be pretty big. That would be pretty huge. Massachusetts is going to be hard to take down with all that development. How's Texas? Texas is still raging. Their Texan war is still raging onward. You have 25 war score, so Texas is going to get a lot here, I think. Possibly. We've got another... you know what? I surprisingly said this right from the comment section a few videos ago. And to be honest, I can't even remember how I pronounced it at this point. So, Saskatchewan, something like that. I'm hoping that was close. Yeah, so let's see the results of that war. And that is it so far. We are only on speed 3, so there's not going to be super a lot. I don't think we'll see too many wars going on unless of course, California is now at war with who? Jefferson. And they're actually losing this war. Did you see that? -6 war score. Why is that? You're fighting Nevada at the same time. Oh. Well, yeah, that's not good. You can't fight Nevada at the same time. Apparently Nevada's stronger than you. You called in Washington. I mean, as long as you get the claims, you've got claims on all of Nevada's lands as well. Wow. Okay. So what do we see from Nevada? Nevada is already going. They're trying to reach Sacramento with a 22 stack. We've already seen Nevada push around California, and I think they're just destined to bring the Las Vegas Empire to the entire world. Which is, and it's not bad. You just, whatever happens there, you're just going to have to stay there. That's the only thing. Whatever happens in Las Vegas Empire stays in Las Vegas Empire. And if that happens to be the entire west coast of the U.S., then there you go. You have lots of room to do bad things, I guess. So, after the siege of Jefferson is finished, I guess theoretically, these two regiments could combine. Oh, but Jefferson still has troops. So I'm wondering if Nevada is going to abandon their siege here so that Jefferson doesn't fall. This would be a very big battle. And Jefferson is continuing to... Do they have a lot of development here too? I think we're seeing a lot of states. Yes, they do. Look at that. 37. So kind of the same kind of Massachusetts scenario, where some of these states, oh, and Sonora has control of this too, and that's why I'm guessing California's not allied to Sonora. It's, that's interesting. Yeah, Texas is doing okay. They're not doing amazing. Is Mississippi even contributing? They're not contributing their boats. Maybe because they already have most of this blockaded. Either way, Texas is going to get what they want. They want Southern Territory, and I believe they're going to pick that up. And it's going to be a little bit more useful for them than anything else. Oh gosh, California. Alright, so you grabbed that siege. Now where is the other... Okay, so that's very, very smart of the Californian AI. Take down Jefferson first, especially because Nevada can't move here. This is not Nevada being a dick. It's Nevada not being able to move because of the fort that restricts their movement. So that's a really, really smart call for California. So that's going to bring them back. Boom. Washington now has control. All right. So a lot of the California war score. Yep. They're at 38 now. All they have to do is win a battle, kick Nevada out. And this is going to really shift, I think, the power back towards California's side. Picking up that, massive province with all this development is going to be huge for them. That's going to be really, really big. I don't even know if they're going to try to take them on. They've already got the war score. They already have the war score. Here's a 22 stack and a 10 stack, but it's mainly Washington troops. So are you going to unify, or what's going on? Oh, you're going to crush Jefferson's army. And now you're just going to go into Nevada territory. That's a smart deal, because the way the forts are built, it's as long as California's capital doesn't fall, then it's fine. They can, Placer is Jeez, I don't even know how to pronounce regions of California. That's really bad. Placer, I think, or something like that. All right, here's the battle. Here's the big battle for all the marbles. So they're gonna come in there, boom, and are you gonna reinforce California? You got to reinforce. Oh, you messed up. You done goofed. Oh well, you're going. I can kind of see why though, because you're going after this. You're going after the capital of Nevada. So even though, yeah, Washington's going to lose this battle, you're still doing ultimately more damage by taking Nevada's capital here. Which is Reno, right? No, Carson City. I don't know why I keep thinking Reno. Okay. I think it's because that's the only other city in Nevada that I've been inside of besides Vegas. Okay, so here's the thing. If the Nevada AI goes after Sacramento, then what happens? Because then do you have to pull off of this siege? It doesn't even look like they're going for that, though. Yeah, you're just going to try to break Washington. And then it would just be Nevada versus California. We'll see. Well, Washington still has all these troops over here, so that will be kind of telling. Now, what's going on here? Yep, I think Massachusetts is definitely going to get their land back. Quebec will definitely, I think, allow them to as well. Quebec wants a powerful ally to the south. And is Texas done yet? No, Texas is still going on with their war. So we'll see some results, I think, in the next video. But anyways, guys, I'm going to stop right there. Thanks so much for watching. And hello, Australia. Nothing? Okay, nothing. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.